Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny jailed for 19 more years on series of new charges. Imprisoned Russian opposition politician and Kremlin critic, Alexei Navalny has been sentenced to an additional 19 years in prison after being found guilty on a series of new charges, on Friday, August 4, according to media reports citing his supporters and spokespeople. A footage of the trial shows Navalny appearing before the judge wearing his prison uniform, smiling and speaking with another defendant, on Friday in the court. The court in the IK-6 penal colony in Russia's Melikovo, which is about 235 kilometers east of the capital Moscow, held the trial on 6 separate criminal charges, which included inciting and financing extremist activity and creating an extremist organization. Alexei Navalny was sentenced to 19 years at a maximum security penal colony, said spokesperson Kira Yarmish, as quoted by AFP. The Kremlin critic is already serving sentences totaling 11.5 years on charges like fraud, which he has since called bogus. The sentence is said to be the longest of the 3 he has been handed. According to reports, the battery of new charges is related to alleged extremist activity by the Russian politician. Notably, his political movement has previously been outlawed and declared extremist. Navalny's team said that the judge had added 19 years to his sentence as a result of the new charges, while the state prosecutors had sought another 20 years in a penal colony. However, the Russian politician had predicted this a day prior to his trial and said he expected a lengthy, Stalinist prison term. Navalny, 47, was already in the midst of serving a 9-year sentence for fraud and contempt of court in a penal colony east of Moscow. Notably, the verdict marks the Russian politician's 5th criminal conviction. The verdict has since sparked criticism from the United Nations, Germany and the European Union, as well as rights groups who have condemned the decision and called it unacceptable. In a statement, UN Human Rights Agency chief, Volker Turk criticized the decision and called for Navalny's immediate release. The new sentence imposed today on opposition figure Alexei Navalny raises renewed serious concerns about judicial harassment and instrumentalization of the court system for political purposes in Russia. He also urged the Russian authorities to immediately cease violations of Navalny's human rights and release him. Russia's arbitrary justice system imprisoning Alexei Navalny for another 19 years is pure injustice, said German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock on social media. She added that Russian President Vladimir Putin fears nothing more than standing up against war and corruption and for democracy, even from a prison cell. He will not silence critical voices with this. Meanwhile, European Council President Charles Michel said, "The latest verdict in yet another sham trial against Alexei Navalny is unacceptable."